Hello and welcome back to halftime here at University Gym, where Cal State LA in their season opener is trailing Biola 45-28. Michael Nemitz here with you as we're getting ready to start the second half. Golden Eagles with a very tough shooting first half, and Biola was scorching in the first half. We'll see if things can turn around in the second half. Golden Eagles just 9 of 30 shooting in the first half, 1 of 12 from three-point range. They did make 9 of 10 free throws, but Biola 17 of 29, 59%, and 8 of 12 from three-point range. And they had an 18-14 rebounding edge. As we get this one underway here in the second half. Biola with the ball to start things. As they have, looks like the same starting five that started the game. As that one knocked away and stolen. There's a good start for Cal State LA. As that one knocked away. As Agbasi back in the game. Of course, he went out with 2 fouls early. We hadn't seen him as Fields goes down, stumbles, and regains the ball, but he's tied up. Possession arrow gives it to Cal State LA, though. So the Golden Eagles will hang on to it with 19 on the shot clock. So Agbasi back out there, the same starters who started the game, along with, of course, Vickers, and you have Kamani Davis, Isaiah Fields, and Michael Pearson Jr. As Vickers with it. Let's see if Cal State LA can get up to a quick starter in this second half, get back in the game. As a drive by Agbasi all the way to the basket. Lays it up, blows the layup. He had to drive all the way to the basket, but just too hard off the window. Now Ronda gets over in the corner. Now surrounded Paris Tillman pulls up for three and knocks it down. So the beat goes on for Biola. Another three-pointer as Paris Tillman gets that one. Now the Golden Eagles with it. And it's knocked out of bounds. Will stay with Cal State LA. So that'll be ball here on the near side. As Davis will inbound it. Boy, Biola, incredible shooting in that first half. As Fields gets it over to Vickers. Vickers around the screen, kicks out Davis wide open for three. That is short. That's been the story for Cal State LA in this game. Even when they've gotten wide open threes, they have not been able to get them to go down. As Brown gets it over to Harris. Harris drives baseline, kicks in the corner, and Aranda traveled. Took a hop there before he put the ball down. So turnover gives it back to Cal State LA. In that first half, Golden Eagles only had 7 turnovers. Biola now with 11 turnovers, but points off turnovers though, favoring Biola 15-7. Points in the paint, favoring Biola 16-12. As a steal there and a foul. So Fields commits his second foul after the ball is turned over. That gives it back to Biola once again. As the officials going to review this one. So they may review this one to see if it's more than a common foul, as it did stop a fast break. There is no transition take foul in college basketball. And no clear path foul either, but you can upgrade the foul if perhaps if it's not a play on the ball. And that's what they're going to look at right now on the replay. Just looking at the other halftime stats, I didn't get a chance to mention second chance points favoring Biola 3-2. And bench points favoring Cal State LA 13-8. Rebounds favoring Biola 20-14. Looking at the scores, Biola was led by Parrish, who now has 14 points. He had 11 at halftime. 9 points for Brown, 8 points for Geller, and 6 points for Dykstra, 7 points for Harris, and 2 points for Ofori. Cal State LA was led in that first half by Vickers, who had 7 points, 3 of 5 shooting. A bunch of players had 4 points. Kamani Davis, Isaiah Fields, J.J. Howard, and Connor Scales all had 4 points. 3 points for Pouncil, and 2 points for Bryce Dotton. So 7 players scoring for the Golden Eagles as they went with the line change the first half. 11 players playing in total. 10 players playing for Biola in that first half. 7 of them scoring. Didn't get a chance to tell you about Jim Saya. Told you about Dr. Dave Holmquist. Saya can get a milestone of his own this year. Just a common foul. Jim Saya with 13 wins this year can move up to number 3 all time in wins in Cal State LA program history. He can pass coach in third place with 15 more wins. He can move up to number 2 all time, ahead of Stephen Thompson in Cal State LA history. Sax Elliott, the all-time leader in wins with 171 for Cal State LA. As that three-pointer missed, Coach Saya won't get to that mark. But he has 311 total wins in his long and distinguished career over 30 years. As that one offensive foul, they call Fields for an illegal screen. So that's third foul on Fields, who couldn't believe it. Another turnover for the Golden Eagles. Gives it back to Biola. 2 minutes into the second half. Still Biola up by 20. Looking in low for Parrish Tillman. Of course, it's incredible how Coach Saya has had to adjust his coaching style over the years. That one knocked out of bounds will go to Cal State LA. He's had to adjust. When he started, of course, Golden Eagles were a prolific three-point shooting team. That's really where their offense heavily relied on, the outside three-point shooting. Coach Saya was ahead of his time in that, where a big part of the team before that was the in thing for most teams in college basketball and pro basketball. That was where Jim Saya really, at Cal State LA, thrived on. His teams making a bunch of threes. Then it kind of evolved into a team that, as I said, played that press Virginia defense where they full court trapped the whole game and had full-scale line changes, kind of like we've seen today, except they did throughout the game. All 40 minutes, they did that for a couple of seasons. And they've, last couple of years, evolved to a team that's been a great defensive team, turning the other team over. And, of course, bringing in the great Michael Cooper has helped defensively. As foul there on the bump by Vickers, his second foul. But they've turned into a team that's been great at taking care of the ball, thanks to Shane Bell, of course, who's been there for a couple of years at the point guard spot. But that's forced a bunch of turnovers. One of the nation's leaders in turnover margin and forcing turnovers the past couple of seasons. They've done that today. But the offensive struggle is stepping out of bounds there is Chris Harris. That'll give it back to Cal State LA. 3 minutes in the second half. So Coach Saya has had to evolve over the years his coaching style. Shows what a great coach he is. He's been able to do that. As Cal State LA's had different rosters over the years, they haven't, the last couple of years, haven't really had top of the roster that's really proficient at shooting threes. They've been much better driving to the basket. And that's why the Golden Eagles, as a three-pointer no good there, have had to rely on their great defense to jumpstart their offense and get points in transition, which they have not been able to do today. Biola's done a great job getting back on defense when the Golden Eagles have forced turnovers. Now Brown gets over to Aranda. Cut off. Wide open is Geller, and he knocks down another three. So Geller up to 11 points. As that puts Biola's lead up to 23. Agbasi puts that one in. So Agbasi puts the deficit back down. As now Harris with a three-pointer in the corner. That's no good. Rebound off to Brown. Brown driving inside all the way. Puts off the glass and count the basket. They say that Agbasi was in the restricted area. He can't believe it as he jumps up quickly. Third foul on Agbasi. Jim Saya questioning the call. Of course, there's a new rule this year in college basketball, a couple new rules, but one of them, you can challenge calls as with replay review. Jim Saya will not do that. It'll take us to the media timeout. 15:31 remaining in the second half as Biola up 53-30 here on Flow College. $15:31 remaining in the second half. Cal State trailing by 23. I mentioned Coach Saya, 311 career wins. He's coached at several places. Obviously, before Cal State, he built up the Cal State San Marcos program from the ground up. Also coached at Fresno Pacific. Of course, he was a longtime assistant at USC and UCLA. In fact, he was an interim coach at USC for almost a full season. And he was a key assistant coach at UCLA way back at the turn of the century, and recruited several UCLA players that went on to the NBA and had great careers, notably a player like Jason Capono, who was a great three-point shooter, among others, as Agbasi drives in and gets fouled on the hand check. So that'll be a foul against Brown. First foul on Brown. First team foul on Biola. So Agbasi out there with Vickers and Dotton, along with J.J. Howard and Kamani Davis. So Jim Saya mixing up his lineup here as Vickers with it. He's gone away from the line changes. Start the second half, follow 18-footer, no good by Vickers. Rebound off to Parrish Tillman. And Biola will slowly bring it to the front court. Of course, Cal State will have a quick turnaround going down to Irvine to take on the Concordia of Irvine tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the second game of this CCA Pac West Challenge. Fall away 15-footer, no good, but Howard hit Brown on the shot there. First foul on Howard, that'll be free throws for Biola. Already the fifth team foul on Cal State in the second half with just still 14:45 remaining in this half. Brown going to the line in double figures with 11. As he makes the first free throw. $54-40. Cal State LA trailing. Brown, the transfer from UC Merced, so a team that's now in the Golden Eagles Conference, played 3 seasons for UC Merced, had 39 points in a single game. So a very talented player was Brown that Dr. Dave Holmquist got in the transfer portal. This one back in Agbasi. Kicks it out. Now Vickers gets it off to Dotton. Dotton through the defense, lays up, lays it in. Nice job by Dotton, weaving his way. Strolling through the tulips, if you will. Get to the basket for the layup. And that makes it 55-32. As Tillman on the drive all the way to the basket. Short, but the rebound off to Brown. Brown in the lane, and he stumbled and traveled. So traveling violation there on Brown. Gives it back to Cal State LA. Michael Pearson Jr. comes back in for Cal State LA. As Pearson Jr. goes in, lays it up and in. So Michael Pearson Jr. puts that up and in. So that makes it 55-34. As this one in the front court. Now Harris gets underneath. And now a three-pointer. That one is in and out. Tough luck there. Bounced around and knocked away and finally grabbed. And that one is up and in, and the foul. So the loose ball, Harris was there to get it. Puts it in, and the foul is called. As Pearson Jr. gets called for the foul. So Biola, bit of good fortune there as the ball is bounced around, but it was grabbed and put in. So Cal State LA going with a whole new unit here. As Harris can put the deficit for Cal State LA up to 24 points. As that one rolls off the rim, no good. And now in the front court comes Pearson Jr. Sam Ebay back in there. So Ebay, Connor Scales, Isaiah Fields in the game for the Golden Eagles. Vickers stays in. He's the only starter still in there. As also in there is Pouncil. Pouncil, fall away 12-footer. That's no good. Rebound off to Brown. So now in the front court is Biola. 57-34. Biola ahead and a traveling violation called there on Ofori. Dr. Dave Holmquist surprised. He thought he kept the pivot foot down. Looked from here like he might have, but the official didn't think so. So another turnover for Biola. As Vickers will bring it to the front court. Now on the drive, Kamani Davis, nowhere to go. Kicks it back out to Fields. Fields over, and now looking inside Scales. Scales gets it over, and on the drive to the basket. That one no good. Knocked away, actually. And now Biola coming quickly the other way. Dykstra gets off. Now bounced inside. Fall away 15-footer. That's no good. Rebound off. And Scales with it to Vickers. Vickers on the drive. And that one taken away. Here comes Biola the other way. And that one scooped no good. Underneath, though, the rebound off and put up and in by Ofori. So now Cal State LA being beat to every loose ball. And the lead is up to 25 for Biola, 59-34. As Fields kicks in the corner. Three-pointer. Finally, a three-pointer goes in as the band sings hallelujah. As that was long overdue as Kamani Davis makes the three. And he goes down on the floor. So they will stop play, and that'll take us to the media timeout. With 11:25 remaining in this second half, Biola still leading 59-37. This is Cal State LA men's basketball here on Flow College. $11:25 remaining. Cal State LA trailing by 22. Boy, you would never know the way Biola's performed in this game that they've lost their top 6 scorers from last year. And 4 of their 5 starters, they haven't missed a beat. They look like they are a cohesive unit. Cal State LA has struggled shooting in this game, but they have played well together. They moved the ball well, just haven't been able to make any shots, as that one is into the front court. Of course, I mentioned that's a theme throughout college basketball, as a three-pointer up and good. by Walker Weir. Through the CCA and the Pac West, schools that are having to replace most, if not all, of their starters. Case of both these teams. Of course, that's a case in the CCA with the top teams in the conference, as Cal State Dominguez Hills had to replace 4 of their 5 starters, and Cal State San Bernardino and Chico State had to replace all 5 of their starters, while Cal Poly Pomona, the one team that was able to bring most of their players back. 6 of their top 9 players are back this year. That's why the Broncos are considered one of the top teams in the conference, as that fall-away shot is up and good by Weir. So Weir on a roll, 2 baskets in a row. And this one really getting away from Cal State LA now. As underneath. Out up front to all the way Scales. Nice pass underneath the Pounce, puts it up and in. Nice play by Scales. Looked like he didn't have anywhere to go, but he somehow found Pounce for the layup. Deficit is 25 as again full court pressure. Down to 10 minutes remaining in the second half, and a foul committed by Scales. And now he'll be coming out as a line change once again for Jim Saya. Going back to mostly the starting unit. As coming back in will be Agbasi, pardon me, along with Pearson Jr. and J.J. Howard. And Vickers in there as well as Brace Doughton. As it's free throws, Golden Eagles are out of fouls. So Geller will go to the free throw line, makes that free throw. It's ironic. Something I was going to mention, someone we haven't seen for Cal State LA is Jordan Hansen, who's a transfer from Azusa Pacific, but he was a teammate of Geller's last year at Azusa Pacific. So if we saw Hansen, they would be former teammates facing off against each other. We will see, of course, Azusa Pacific on Wednesday. That'll be our next game here on Flow College. As that one up, off the glass and good by Agbasi. And the foul. Nice move by Agbasi. And he'll go to the line looking to complete the three-point play. So Forey is called for his first foul. So Parrish Tillman will come back in for Biola. Agbasi going to the line looking to complete the three-point play. And he does. So that makes it 66-42. As we're under 10 minutes remaining now in this second half. Now on the wing, wide open three for Weir. In and out. Boy, surprised that didn't go in. He's been on a roll the last minute. As now Vickers has it quickly in the front court. Gets it up into Agbasi. Now on the wing, three-pointer left-hander. That is knocked down. Put down by J.J. Howard. So Howard knocks down a rare three for Cal State LA. As the Golden Eagles show full court pressure. And that one a turnover. No, pardon me. Just knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Biola as Dr. Dave Holmquist is going to call timeout. He does not want momentum to go any further on Cal State LA's side, so we'll take the timeout. 9:27 remaining in the second half. Biola still with a 21-point lead here on Flow College. So we're back here, Cal State LA trailing 66-45. Full court pressure being shown once again. Going to make it tougher, though, for the Golden Eagles to come back as they're out of fouls. So they can't be quite as aggressive as you would normally be, is a home run pass, full court, wide open is Weir to throw it down with two hands. So that's the way to beat the full court press, as Weir leaked out and nobody went with him. So a defensive breakdown there for Cal State LA leads to a dunk. And the lead back up to 23. This one given off to Pearson Jr. as he was going to pass to Vickers. Vickers cut back door, miscommunication leads to a turnover. Give it back to Biola. So Brace Dotton out there with Vickers and Pearson Jr. for Cal State along with J.J. Howard and Agbasi. Biola has Chris Harris out there, just checked in, along with the ball now Leighton Martin. And you have Weir as well. And you have Parrish Tillman along with Dykstra, who has the ball now. So under 9 minutes to go, Dykstra picked up on the switch by Agbasi. Now kicks out to Harrison low. Parrish Tillman and a reach-in foul on Dotton. Dotton can't believe it. That's his third foul. That's more free throws for Biola. So that's the 8th team foul. And free throws for Biola. A 1-and-1 here for Parrish Tillman. So Parrish Tillman, 14 points in the game. Part of a balanced effort for Biola. Makes the first free throw. In fact, Parrish Tillman, one of 3 Eagles in double figures, leading the way with 15 now. 13 for Brown and 13 for Geller. That's an air ball there. So Parrish Tillman pulled the shoot on that free throw. And Cal State will get it out of bounds. As in the front court is Vickers. Vickers hesitation, kicks in the corner. Howard looking for another 3. Rainbow off the rim, no good. Rebound to Parrish Tillman. And Biola will slowly bring it in the front court. There's certainly in no hurry. As now Dykstra turns on the Jets. Kicks over to Parrish Tillman. As in the lane, Brown all the way, lays it up, lays it in. No offensive foul. So wipe away the basket. As taking the charge nicely there is Howard. And Harris, gets the foul. Second foul on Harris. So third team foul on Biola. Gives it back to Cal State LA. So Isaiah Fields coming back in for the Golden Eagles. As that one knocked away, almost stolen there by Martin. As Vickers didn't realize there was someone behind him. Now Vickers, as Biola will back off their defense. Vickers looking toward the bench. Now swung around the perimeter. 3-pointer by Vickers on the wing. In and out, tough luck. Great high rebound back. Bossi puts up, he can't get, but it's tipped up and in finally by Isaiah Fields. So Fields gets the tip. Puts it down to a 22-point deficit. Full court pressure again for the Golden Eagles. As this one whipped over to Dykstra. Now Dykstra has to bring it in the front court. He does. Plenty of time to spare. As looking inside, that one knocked away and out of bounds. And we'll go to Cal State LA, one off Parrish Tillman's hands. So another turnover for Biola will take us to immediate timeout. 7:40 remaining in the second half. Cal State LA still trailing 69-47. This is Cal State LA men's basketball here on Flow College. 7:40 remaining. Cal State LA trailing 69-47. As I mentioned, this is the first of 13 home games this year here for Cal State LA. They have 15 games on the road starting tomorrow at Concordia of Irvine. Concordia of Irvine, by the way, was picked 6th in the Pac-West preseason poll, just behind this Biola team. So that three-pointer in and out. That one knocked away. And now all the way, and it's thrown down by Harris. As Biola getting a break there after the loose ball. And they get the basket, put their lead up to 71-47. So a player down for the Golden Eagles. Looks like cramps as the trainer is stretching out his legs. So I believe that's all it is as the players going to their benches. So perhaps player didn't not get enough hydration, but I think it's just cramps because they're moving his foot back and forth like that. And when you do that and stretch out the leg, that's telltale sign of cramping. So I don't think it's anything major, thankfully. I'm not a doctor, although I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. But anyway, jokes aside, that I think that is I believe just cramping. So once they work that out, I think he should be okay. But we'll pause for a second here while they tend to J.J. Howard. And he is going to the sideline, so going to the trainer's table. They looked at Howard earlier, so he may be working through something here, maybe with the ankle. So maybe it is more than cramps, maybe the ankle. Howard was a player that had to check out of the game earlier. So it might be an issue with his ankle. So hopefully he'll get checked out and be okay. So I apologize, I was wrong there. If it is a problem with his ankle, that one knocked away. Stay with Cal State LA. As I think they are looking at his ankle over at the trainer's table. Howard knocked down that three earlier in the half with 7 points. As Vickers gets it into Ogbasi. One-on-one, Ogbasi driving on Paris Tillman. Up and under, lays it up, and missed the layup, but it's put up and in by Kamani Davis. Nice follow there by Davis. Makes it 71-49. Full court pressure again for Cal State LA. And that forced the turnover. So Cal State LA forced another turnover. They'll get it right back. Still almost 7 minutes to go in this second half. Golden Eagles done a good job forcing turnovers. 17 turnovers for Biola now. The problem is they're not taking advantage of them, as they've only scored 11 points off those 17 turnovers. Biola's still an 18-11 edge in points off turnovers. As this one over and out of Fields. Fields pulls up for a quick wing three. That one is way short. Rebound off to Harris. So the Golden Eagles continue to struggle from the outside. As that knocked away, great steal there. Up head to Vickers, and Vickers has it knocked away in a foul, but great play by Agbasi to get that steal. And the alert play by Martin to commit the foul and force Vickers to earn it at the free throw line. So Vickers, as I mentioned, the transfer from Academy of Art, the 6'1" senior from Edmond, Oklahoma. Misses the free throw. Vickers averaged 10.5 points, 3.5 rebounds, and 2.5 assists last year with the Urban Knights. Missouri St. Louis appeared in all 35 games for them and averaged 8.8 points and 3 assists. He also played at Southern Arkansas Tech, where he played 31 games, had 8 starts, averaged 13 points, 5.5 rebounds, and 5 assists as he makes the second free throw. So he has been around his fourth school. Makes the free throw. His first point of the second half. Makes it 71-50. As, that one, looked like that the ball was lost by Geller and he got it back. Official didn't call traveling there. That shot no good. Vickers had it go off his hands in the corner. Brown able to retrieve it. Kicks it out to Geller. And Biola will run time down. Approaching 6 minutes remaining. Now on the drive, Geller all the way off the glass, no good. Fields tried to get it, couldn't. And that's a shot clock violation. It didn't hit the rim. So that'll give it back to Cal State LA. Well, the Golden Eagles have played Biola fairly even in the second half. But that first half has really hurt Cal State LA. That just put them in a huge hole they have not been able to climb out of yet. As Scales goes all the way to the basket. He is fouled. And will go to the free throw line for 2. So Cal State LA doing a much better job in the second half of driving into the paint. Foul on Aranda. Second foul on Aranda. Something Cal State LA did not do in the first half when they struggled shooting from the outside. Sure, that's something they will certainly learn as the season goes along. As Scales makes the free throw. As Michael Pearson Jr. will check out, probably will check into the game. As will Brace Doughton. But if your outside shot's not going in, you got to go to the basket. That's something Cal State LA was outstanding at last year. Players like Corey Cofield and Dominic Escobar, even Shane Bell, who the strength of their games were driving to the basket and creating contact and creating offense. As a timeout there by Brown, who was trapped in the corner. But that was a strength of Cal State LA last year. We'll see if they can pick that up again this year with the roster they have now. 5:40 remaining. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on Flow College. So back from the timeout. Biola's down to 1 timeout now in the game as full court pressure for Cal State LA. Inbounded. Paris Tillman gets it over to Aranda. Golden Eagles swarming on defense. And it's gotten over to Brown, who loses it out of bounds. So another turnover forced by that full court pressure by Cal State LA. Boy, that is a Jim Saya trademark. That pressure defense. And it has caused fits for Biola here today, as they're now up to 20 turnovers in the game. As Cal State LA trying to extend this game as much as they can and cut into this deficit. As this one in the lane all the way, laid up and laid in. So Agbasi gets the basket. Makes it 71-54. Now full court pressure. This time Biola breaks it. So it's down to 17. Still 5 minutes remaining. Now Brown looking to drive on Doughton. Doughton staying right with him. Parrish Tillman sets a screen. Now picked up by Agbasi on the switch. Underneath the Parrish Tillman. And he takes his time and lays it up and in. So Parrish Tillman able to get that one. Now Vickers gets off to Doughton. Agbasi on the drive, little fake, turnaround 5-footer. Oh, rolls off the rim. No good, knocked out of bounds, but it'll stay with Cal State LA. Tough break there for Parrish Tillman. For Agbasi, as that one rolled off the rim. Just wouldn't crawl in as Isaiah Fields checks back in. Kamani Davis in as well. Michael Pearson Jr. out there with Connor Scales. Vickers and Doughton will check out as Fields gets in and bounds. Now over to Pearson Jr. Kamani Davis all the way, lays it up and lays it in. So Kamani Davis with 7 points in the second half. He's into double figures with 11. Full court pressure for Cal State LA as they have it back down to 17. This one thrown in, dangerous pass. Somehow Harris got it. And now Biola will slow things down as we approach 4 minutes to go in this second half. Great crowd here on this early Friday season opener for the Golden Eagles. This one fall away three-pointer by Geller. Off the backboard, no good. Snatching the rebound is Fields. Fields whips across court over to Davis, who fakes the three. He'll take the three. No good. Oh, that would have been a big shot. He just couldn't get it to go down. And now Harris will slow it down, or pardon me, Brown in the front court. As time is on the side of Biola here. As Brown one-legged 10-footer, no good on the run. Rebound off to Agbazi, pardon me. Now Fields gets it over. Wide open Connor Scales for three, no good. Rebound to Davis. Scales will try it again from straight away. That he knocks down. So Connor Scales knocks down the three on the second chance. And Jim Sy is going to take a quick timeout. So the Golden Eagles pull within 14. Getting interesting. 3:13 remaining in the second half. Golden Eagles have cut this Biola deficit by more than half. We'll be right back here on Flow College. So the Golden Eagles have been on a 12-2 run over the last 4+ minutes after they trailed by 24, their largest deficit of the game. They have cut into this Biola lead thanks to this full court press. That continues as an inbound to Aranda. So Aranda bringing it in the front court. Double team, now triple team. Gets it over as the Golden Eagles really is flying everywhere on defense. Geller driving, almost loses it. Now giving off. Shot clock down to 10 as Harris with it. Harris guarded by Davis. Throws it, nobody there, it's out of bounds. As he was looking for Brown. Brown had cut to the basket. And another turnover for Biola. As Jim Sy up and really rooting his troops on here. As J.J. Howard back in, gets over a three-pointer, big shot, it's knocked down by Michael Pearson Jr. So Michael Pearson Jr. knocks down the three, and Jim Sy is going to call another timeout. So that puts it down to 11. As Cal Staley suddenly back in this game, trying to make an incredible comeback. 2:35 remaining. Golden Eagles trail by 11. Don't go anywhere. This one's really interesting now here on Flow College. So that last timeout that was taken before this one, I believe was the media timeout, as the Golden Eagles still showing with 2 timeouts in the game. Biola with 1. So 2:35 remaining. Biola with the ball out of bounds. Again, Geller bringing it in. Gets off to Paris Tillman. Back to Geller quickly. Gets in the front court. He picks up his dribble, though. Big mistake. Right half court. Now Paris Tillman back to Geller. And Biola got away with that as they pass it away from the pressure. Now Brown gets over to Geller. Geller on the drive. Underneath. And that one is laid up and in. Big basket there by Harris. So Harris stops the run with that basket, puts it back up to 13. As now Fields in the front court. Golden Eagles have to hurry. Davis pulls up for a wing three, way short. And it's grabbed by Aranda. So Biola settling things down as we're under 2 minutes to go in this second half. Golden Eagles again with the pressure as they get in the corner. Now Harris underneath the Paris Tillman, who misses the dunk. It was contested by Agbasi. Now underneath, Davis has to save it, but he throws it away. 2-on-1 the other way as Aranda gives it out to Paris Tillman, who will lay it up and in. So teams trade turnovers, and Biola takes advantage of that, and it's back up to 15. So Jim Sy is going to take another timeout. So it looks like Biola, after getting a big scare, has weathered the run by Cal State LA. We'll take a quick break. Golden Eagles trail by 15 here on Flow College. So Cal State LA put up a valiant comeback effort with 1:23 remaining. Looks like it may come up short as Biola's up by 15 again. Golden Eagles will have the ball in bounds as they have back in Martin Zarzuela, Brace Dotton, along with Connor Scales and Damarian Pouncil. So I think Jim Sy has maybe called off the starters here as he has the bench in. So it looks like Biola, it looks like Dr. Dave Holmquist is going to get his 1,045th career victory at Biola. As this one looks like has been decided. That first half really became too much to overcome for Cal State LA as they had that huge deficit, 17-point deficit at halftime when they just could not make anything. And Biola was red hot from long range. And that's really the story of this game, as the second half's been much more evenly contested. I think much more indicator of what Cal State LA has this year and the talent they have. But that first half and the first game, first game rust or whatever you want to call it, became too much to overcome. Chris Harris picks up his third foul on the block. So that is only the 16th foul. That'll be ball out of bounds for Cal State LA. 46 seconds remaining. So the Golden Eagles will move on and take on Concordia tomorrow at 2 p.m. As I said, Biola moves on to their home opener tomorrow night in La Mirada to take on Cal State San Marcos at 7 p.m. in the final games of the CCA Pac West Challenge. Then we will be back here on Wednesday on November 19th when the Golden Eagles will take on Azusa Pacific here at 7 p.m. on Flow College. Make sure you join me for that one, as that one put up and in by J.J. Howard. So good to see Howard back in the game. So thankfully he's okay after they checked on his ankle there at the trainer's table, as that one knocked away and out of bounds off of Geller. Go to Cal State LA. That game at 7 p.m. here on Flow College. Azusa Pacific, a lot to tell you about them on Wednesday, but they're unfortunately a team that probably the last time Cal State LA will end up playing them, sadly, as a three-pointer no good, as they will be moving down to Division III because of their football program. So they'll be leaving the Pac West after this season, as that one laid up and in by Zarzuela. So they were picked only 12th out of 13 teams, which is extremely unusual for a team that made the West Region Championship game here 2 years ago when they upset Cal State LA in the first round of that regional. But we'll talk more about that on Wednesday as the final seconds tick down. And the final score here in this season opener, Biola defeats Cal State LA by a final score of 77-66. Biola improves to 1-0. Cal State LA falls to 0-1 on the season. And the teams will move on to tomorrow and the final games of the CCA Pac West Challenge. So looking at the final stats, Cal State LA only 24 of 65, 37%. They were 5 of 27 from long range. They just could not get anything going all game long, pretty much. They were 13 of 15 from the free throw line. Biola was 29 of 53, 55%, 11 of 22, so they cooled off after being 8 of 12 from long range the first half, but still 50% from deep. They were 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Biola had a 37-30 edge in rebounding. And Biola had actually Cal State LA had a 29-19 edge in bench points, 34-32 edge in points in the paint, and a 23-20 edge in points off turnovers. Golden Eagles forced 23 turnovers from Biola. They only committed 12, but could not take full advantage of it. Biola had a 6-0 edge in blocks. Cal State LA had a 13-7 edge in second chance points. As far as scoring goes, Biola was led